Hope you're well. Looking forward to actually meeting up with you again. It's been way too long. So yeah, I'll be seeing you for the cartoons. That's next month, isn't it? That's 16th, I think. I've got it's very thin on the ground. It'll start to pick up in a minute. I've got my iPad here, as I say, ready. I need to make sure that I'm on the right page. I want to see the robosen thing, obviously, which is great. I think with regards to the other stuff, it's unfortunately all got leaked last night. So let's wait and see exactly what comes through. Oh, the adverts are coming on now. I've got this on me iPad in front of me as well, ready for the chat. Yeah, I've started doing these quite a lot now, ever since because they obviously had all the fan streams every Thursday at this particular time, which is great. And yeah, I've been doing these since then, so I'm going to continue doing them. Most people, as I say on here, know. Oh, Master Father, me, but everybody's jumping in. That's good. Hey guys. Yeah, I really enjoy doing these anyway, so I think I'm going to keep. It depends if my client if my client moves to a different time, then I can keep on doing these. I think this seems to be a good one to do, as well as the one that I do on the first Saturday of each month. So guys, obviously, I think what we are expecting to see, or not what we're expecting, what we know we're going to see straight away is, we know we're going to see an auto-converting flagship Megatron, which is going to be really interesting. There's 4. There you are. All of a sudden that's jumped way up, which is good. So yeah, so we're going to see an auto, and I'm so pleased that Sixo's got it. Honestly, I've met him in person a few times now. Frank Schuler, nice to have you on here as well, pal. In person, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. So down to earth, just a genuine nice guy. So I'm really pleased that he's got it. And let's be honest, guys, his photos are just something else. They are so good. And yeah, he just makes. I think, yeah, it's going to be a tank. He's definitely going to be a tank, Phil, because they're not going to have a converting gun. I don't think. I'll probably get cut off now for saying that. I shouldn't say that word, especially not when we're live. Yeah, it's going to be converting to his new mode that we've already seen. I'm hoping, and whether you guys can confirm or not, I know I'm a bit early, but is it on this? Is it on this Hasbro Pulse website? Because there's nothing yet anywhere, but I know we're early. But there's nothing there. Robotimus is in as well. I'm really pleased you've started jumping on more of these, buddy. It's great to have you on here, and it gives me the opportunity as well to say huge thank you to yourself, because you've been a member, I think, since I started it. So massive thanks for all your continued support. I don't get to speak to everybody as much as I'd like to, but that's why I've decided to do these streams more often, purely because the nice thing about it is I think I get up to sometimes 45, 50 people in the chat, which it's great for you guys to have a chat amongst yourselves, because that's what's starting to happen now. You're all starting to know each other, know the people jumping in, and also it gives you guys the opportunity, for me to be able to talk to you as well without it being too crazy. I remember I was on one of, and again, lovely chap as well. I was on, Rodimus, what's his name? Rodimus Primal. I was on one of his, and he had loads of people in the stream, and it was quite hard to keep up with everybody and what they were saying, which was obviously great. I'm thinking perhaps we've got one I think they'll probably go at 6 p.m, Frank, but let's be honest. So let's go for what I reckon we're going to get. So I'm saying I'm going straight in for deluxes. I'm going sidearm. I'm going the new Magnius, or whatever his name was, Nucleus. I think it's a male character, I'm not sure. So I'm going Sideburn, I'm going Magnius, and what's the other one that's been? I'm sure we've seen another one somewhere. I know obviously the Voyager is going to be Vector Prime. I don't know, actually. I thought we'd seen more than that. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, of course, Cybertron Hotshot. So there's your 3 deluxe. There's a Voyager. I don't know if there's going to be much more. I know at the moment there is so many crazy things. Trying to keep up with all this, it's nuts. It really is nuts, because there's so much going on. It's good though. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are as well. There's so much. There's TF UK Con in 3 weeks in Birmingham in the UK. Then there's the massive MCM Comic Con in London at the end. Cosmos will be coming out soon, but if you want, Cosmos is definitely scheduled for a repack. So I don't know as and when, but he's definitely scheduled. It looks like they're doing pretty much an entire wave for everybody who missed out. So there's going to be exactly that. There's, what's the words I'm after? There's Cosmos, there's Galaxy Shuttle, There was loads of them, wasn't there? There really was a load. And also I've got to update in my next video coming up that, what's it called, Armada Commander Optimus Prime is back up for pre-orders as well. So I think at the moment they just seem to be dropping everything at the moment. It's not, they just seem to be dropping loads and loads and loads of figures that I think potentially have gone out of stock, but all of a sudden it's great that we can get them back, obviously. The guy who's in the chat there, Robot Recruiter, I used to get all my stuff from him, but things in the UK then got a little bit difficult to get hold of. They're all over the place, but I still get my masterpieces and stuff from him. Who else have we got? I'm surprised we got none of the usual suspects either. I imagine they'll be jumping in soon, but as Phil will attest for me, in the UK, I mean, this is 3 o'clock, this is, my wife's just probably picked up the kids, she's on the way home with him, so it's a bit of an awkward time. I think it's really difficult for them, and that's why I struggle as well with what time to do the live streams, because it's always going to be the middle of the night or too early in the morning, or people are going to be at work. Siege Jetfire reissue 2, that's it. It's always going to be one of them somewhere there's going to, you know, so what's the word I'm after? It's never going to be appropriate, and I know that I get a lot of people, funny enough, who do say I've got up early for this, which is really nice. They'll be jumping in soon. We've just got, as I say, a nice. I'm just checking on my chat here as well, and they're doing the Shattered Glass 2 as well. They're reissuing them. There's quite a few. I've got a big list ready for my Transformer Facts Friday video later. I'm actually hoping that this comes on soon, because I haven't got. I presume it's on the Hasbro Pulse, because that's where all the fan streams are, but there's nothing as of yet on these particular things, so I've got to wait. So I'm just going to chat to you guys. So Phil, you're always incredibly busy. In fact, everybody out there, if you got your tickets for the 40th, who's going to watch the 40th? Anybody going to watch the cartoons on at the cinema, which is going to be completely crazy. Seeing them on the big screen, something that obviously has never happened. I was lucky enough as a child to see the '86 movie at the cinema. Obviously, vague memories of that, but I was lucky enough to go and see it. Yeah, at 7. But of course, to my knowledge, they've never shown any of the cartoons on at the cinema. So this is going to be really good. Really good. Can't wait. And of course, they've got, as I say, a nice intro with a few people. Greg Berger seems to be getting well into all of it. We're going to take the little Transformers fan down the street. That's brilliant. I'm not taking my kids on the Wednesday night, but I know that they're showing it again at the weekend, so I might see if he wants to go and bring the middle girl as well, see if she wants to come along and have a look, just purely because, again, it'll be crazy to see it. Just an experience. I'm imagining, I'm hoping that it's going to be quite busy. I would think it is going to have, if they're going to do like multiple dates, which it looks like they are, I think they must have done research as to whether or not they think that it's busy enough to warrant, you know, putting it on again, extra shows. So I think it is. You got to think it would be anyway. I want to see if this is working now. What time? Oh, we're only on 38. So if anybody if anybody thinks it might be on the robosen, I don't think it is. I'm sure it's going to be on Hasbro Pulse. I'm sure it said Hasbro Pulse. 60's post said it's going to be on there, but there's nothing yet. There's nothing to watch, waiting, etc. There's a few people in on here. There's more people in the chat than there are talking here. So anybody who's not said hello, feel free to just say hello. We're all friends here. There's loads of us. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button, which I know is cheeky and everybody asks, but it does of course make a difference on here. So I think I'm going to get to, is it 23,400 subs? Hopefully by the end of the day. It's creeping up nicely. I think the A to Z's definitely helping that. That seems to do quite well, even though it's just a picture of it, or just a little bit of a bigger. Are they not showing him in the Netherlands, Robotimus? I'm surprised with that, because the Netherlands has got a huge fan base. I mean, obviously you've got Gotbot, who's perhaps one of the biggest. And he does quite a lot over there. And obviously I remember that in the you had your own conventions at some point. So I'm quite surprised by that, to be honest. I really am. I thought that they would have done that. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe they will do. Who knows? What does it say on the official website? Does it say anything on the website? I presume, obviously, you've checked, and it's saying that there's nothing there at all. Still 3 weeks, so there's potential. There's definitely potential for them to still put it up. Is it on 6.0's channel? Right. So what's the other fan stream then? I don't know. Maybe they're not going to reveal them today. Then maybe they're just going to go live for pre-orders. I'll go to 6.0's thing in a minute then. See if I can find that. I genuinely thought that it would be on the Hasbro Pulse. I'm sure. Let's have a look. Let me check the old internet here. Is there a Hasbro Pulse fan stream? Let's go to search Google. Oh no, I'm in YouTube. That's fine. Let's have a look. Search the old Chrome. Hasbro fan stream, and I'll type in today's date. Let's have a look. Hasbro fan stream, and then we'll see where it is. Hasbro fan stream. What's the date? It's April, isn't it? April. Search. Let's see what it finds. Let's see if it finds something up. No, that's not. We don't want that. We want Transformers. Let's have a look. But we'll go to 6.0's, no problem whatsoever. If it is that the case, then there we go. We'll have to go onto 6.0's page in a minute. But let's just see. Let's just see if anything comes up here. Transformers. I'm wondering where the robosen is based then. No, that's March. Nope. Let's try 6.0's then. Let's try 6.0. 6.0 YouTube. Let's see if it finds him this way. What? An hour ago? It better not be an hour ago. Oh, premieres in 18 minutes. Yeah, there you go. You're correct. So we've got it on here. Right, there we go. So it is. It's definitely on 6.0's page. We've got that ready. I like the fact, as I say, that it's on his channel. That's it. Darren, nice to have you. Don't worry, buddy. You've still got loads of time, mate. There's still 18 minutes before they do it. And again, thank you for the people just basically confirm for myself. It is not on the Hasbro Pulse. It is on 6.0's YouTube channel. So we'll have a look at in a second. 30 likes, 12 people. Interested to see what it does. I mean, we all know tank, but I suppose the thing is, just put me a message by the way. It's been spoken to. Oh, that's someone else I've got to ring in a minute. Too many messages coming through now. Turn this around. Let's have a look. I'm not signing in because I'm going to be talking on this, hopefully. I'm glad you're back. Glad you're in there anyway. So it's good to have you on here. You seem to be jumping in all of these at the moment now. And let's see if the numbers get a little bit higher. They're starting to creep up now, as I say. I think that's because exactly that. I think because it's just an awkward time. Robot Recruits, the majority of issues, Siege of Earth Optimus are already sold. Are they? See, AFC Mac Dave, I used to get all my things. You know, good afternoon, buddy. Good to have you on here. I used to get all my Transformers from Robot Recruits. They still do the masterpieces, the reissues, and if you like Zoids, they do loads of Zoids. So any Zoids, check out Robot Recruits as well for that. Sorry guys, been up all night. Have a drink of that. 25th of April at 6 o'clock. When we went to TF Nation, I saw the Grimlock in hand, and it's nuts. Oh, good, you're going to go. Hey, Russ, I think Master Image. That would be a good idea, but to be honest, mate, I have no time. If somebody wants to, you mentioned Mayhem and Carnivac for 2025. Yes, it looks like they're going to be using the Weird Wolf mold, unless they get a new one. But let's be honest, they just used the Mind Wipe mold for squeeze play. So I imagine that they're just going to carry on doing subscriber alliance. I wouldn't be able to run it, pal, and I don't think my alliance would allow me to leave, to be fair. What have Hasbro Pulse posted? Oh, what's going on here now? Oh dear. Oh, it's on Pulse now. Right, let's go back to Pulse then, guys. Is it saying the same thing? Let's have a look. It's all out. We're all over the place. Thanks for keeping us in the loop. Flagship Megatron. Right, let's go back to this. So that was YouTube. Hasbro Pulse. Let's have a look at this. Hasbro Pulse. Let's see if it finds it. To be honest, I didn't like... it says it's live as well. Yeah, here we go. Fanstream. I didn't like that mold either, to be honest. I really didn't. But yeah, there was a pick on Tiff to saying the stream would be on the Pulse. Yes, it's on here, Frank. We've got it now. We've got it, mate. I'm on the Hasbro Full Pulse fan stream. It is there. We're ready to watch. I've got both going, so the quality stays good because I am only on the work Wi-Fi. So I've got my phone there streaming to you. I've got my iPad here keeping up with the chat with you guys, and then I've got my other tablet here watching, waiting for the fan stream. So let's see how it goes. What was I saying? Yes, I was talking about the fact that I saw the Grimlock in hand, and it's insane. I mean, it's massive. I was obviously lucky enough to be lent. It was via Robo. It was by robosen, but it was via robosen under the company. The Bumblebee that I reviewed was from another company, but it was the robosen one, and that was really, really good. But it didn't transform, unfortunately. But you never know. Maybe if this channel keeps growing, etc., we might get the opportunity to view a few more things, which would obviously be ideal. Yeah, that would be good. But as I already said at the beginning, and I'll say again, I'm really pleased for 6-0 that he's managed to get it and be like, you know, the first. I think it's brilliant that people who put a lot of work into the fandom, which he has and he still does, is in the rewards exactly the same as obviously when Thew got to go to Pulse Con or whatever it was last year. Really pleased for him. He's really nice as well. So to be honest, I think everybody in the fandom's really nice. Everybody I've ever met, everybody I've ever spoke to, anybody who's come up to me, anybody who's, you know, I'd say it with a tongue-in-cheek, like, you know, anybody who's more famous than me or more well-known than me, they're all really nice people. Chris McFeely being one of them, to be fair. I'm really looking forward to sharing a panel with him at TF UK Con. He's such a nice guy, he really is. Me and him just chatted for the last time. Absolutely ages. They think it's starting, but it's not. It's just changing all the pictures. So the numbers will probably drop on here, but it doesn't matter. I've got the main ones in here. I wonder where Brandon is. Where is Brandon? And Fung Boy and Greg and whoever else. See, the thing is, guys, in the UK, as I say, it's 10 to 4. Did you get my link to the information about it? I did, pal, yes. I'm seeing what I can do at the moment. I have seen the TF ones, I'm sure. Yeah, there's more trailers coming late. The moment, pal, because everything's going on. It's crazy at the moment. Please, I've got to, talking of Earth Wars, I've got to try to somebody else now. But I can't do that now because I'm on a live. I'll do it after. I will have to do it after, but they can wait. That's the problem when you've got all this going on here. I've got messages and stuff. We've still got 12 minutes before it comes up, not BTG. Yeah, who mentioned Earth Wars? There's obviously the Metal Hawk prize weekend, isn't it, coming up this weekend? I don't know if anybody plays that game. It's so good. It really is. And for those of you who don't know, if you don't play the game, all of the stories that are in it, I think all of them, when I say this, now I know he's definitely done a lot of them. And the last TF UK Con, he was there, he confirmed that he was still writing the stories, is Mr. Simon Furman. So yeah, he does all of the stories, which is great because it's Simon Furman, of course. Right, everybody in the chat saying Omnibots. We're not going to get Omnibots. We're going to get Vector Prime, we're going to get Sideburn, we're going to get Nucleus, we're going to get Tron Hotshot, and we're going to get, can't think, obviously robosen Megatron. Not too sure who else. I don't know. But I think, so that's the ones we're definitely going to get. But that's a really small wave if you're thinking about it. That's quite a short wave. Usually they put, unless they do some package refreshes. What's interesting for me at the moment is I don't know what's happened to Core Class. Core Class, they started off with a bang of the Legacy United. Obviously you had Energon, Megatron, Tasmanian Kid, and the first of the Rock Lords. And then in Wave 2 you only had Cheetor. So, and then at the moment it doesn't look like there's any. I hated the timed mission, not playing a Starscream. I've never played any of them games. I stopped playing computer games, as in proper console games, towards the late 90s, just because I got too, I'll be honest, probably too addicted, just playing them all the time. And then of course I had a job anyway, but then everything else sort of started changing, etc. I play games, but nothing like I used to. Nintendo Switch, which we got the kids for Christmas, so sometimes I'll play a bit of Mario Kart, but I don't play games like I used to, nowhere near like what I used to, thankfully, because they take up too much. I'll have to save all that for when I retire, which would be good. All right, how long have we got, guys? It hasn't started a countdown yet. It's about 10 minutes away, so less than 10 minutes, so that's good. 9, yeah, it's just flicked over. So I'm wondering, with this Megatron, going back to that, if it's going to scale with the other two, because if it is, it's going to be ginormous. I still haven't got, I'm very intrigued with them. I know a few people who personally now, who I've spoke to a few times in hand, have actually got them, and to be fair, bless them, they've offered to lend me, but I don't think, if I lent it, I'd want to keep it. I wouldn't want to keep theirs, obviously, but it would make me want to buy one of my own. My hay fever is awful today, so I apologise on the fact that you see me keep doing that, but it's awful. As soon as the sun comes out in the UK, it's awful. 21 inches tall, yeah, it's massive, isn't it? The first one was, they call it the flagship one now, don't they? And then whatever they call the new ones, that little bit smaller. And yeah, it's great, and I'm quite sure that the novelty may wear off, but I think I think it'd still be amazing to to have such a crazy piece. Maybe in the future. I've just got a few other things planned and lined up first before I think about spending insane amounts of money on robosen, even if they do obviously. Sometimes they do the offer, etc. And even though I could put it on an interest-free credit card, I don't want to. I'm going to be. My first Transformers played was. See, my first Transformers game that I played was literally Earth Wars. I didn't, because I missed out all the PlayStation 2s and all that sort of stuff. There wasn't a game on the Mega Drive or Master System. There wasn't anything like that when I used to play them all the time. So I don't know. We're going to see what's going on. Don't forget, guys, if you're in the chat, just keep chatting amongst yourselves, and the people who haven't said hello yet, you can say hello if you want. We're all friendly here. There's just way more people in the chat than there is what's going on there, but I suppose we're all under the same thing. We're just waiting. Someone's put give us Bumblebee. We're not going to get a Bumblebee. And funnily enough, this next wave is on TF Wiki already. So that, as I say, I can't remember who else was in. I think for Deluxe, as I've said, I only know 3 Deluxe and a Voyager, and I don't know anything else. Unless, just knocked all that, unless we can think of ones that perhaps, that I don't know, maybe obviously we had Energon Megatron. I'm thinking maybe we will have Energon Galvatron. Sean Ring of Doom is here, nice to have you. I didn't even know there was this Transformers game on the Spectrum film, and I had no idea. I've been doing my best to follow the A to Z of Transformers list in my TF source book. Not easy with the different variants like the Jap. Yeah, the source books, that's why I made, do you know what, Darren? That's one of the main reasons why I decided to do what I did, because I can't find anywhere online, and believe you me, I searched, because it would be much online, and then just do that with robots. But what I've had to do is with the resource material I've got, so I've got the Mark Bellarmo book, I've got the Japanese book, and of course I've got TF Wiki to help me out as well. I think it probably did, because I've seen pictures of that, Dave. I wasn't saying, so I physically had to manually write them out on a piece of paper, all of them. So let's just say for C, I just wrote every single one out, and then what I then did was I then typed them individually onto an alphabetizer on the internet, and then screenshot them, and then just go from that. So I suppose at least once it's done, and I know it's taken a long time, and I know that there's lots of variants. And I know that some people perhaps don't like all the lots of variants or whatever, they just want me to get on with the figures, but at least it will be exactly what I want it to be. It will be a proper, full, comprehensive list of the A to Z of figures, crossing all continents is the correct word, isn't it? Because obviously there is European exclusives, there is Japanese exclusives, there's other silly things as well, and then the other silly thing as well is, right, what's going on here? I've just lost the chat, is that I didn't want to do all the variants. Like I didn't want to do all Mexican variants. I just wanted to do the variants to the mainstream. So obviously with Chase the throttle bot, all the 87 versions, when they came out in 87, all the 87 versions had the rub sign and there was an indentation in the plastic, whereas all the European and Australasian versions, which came out later in the 90s, that's why I've zoomed in on the roof. So they completely filled the plastic hole in, so there's no indentation at all, and then there's just a normal sticker. So that's what basically I was putting up for you guys to have a look at in that. So that we've got that with pretty much a lot of the gold. Astro, they didn't do that, so that's why I didn't have to do a separate video for Astro Train. But when we get to things like Octane, I think Octane and Sandstorm, they've definitely got, you know, missing rub sign things like that. So that'll be interesting. Pink Panther, nice to have you in here, pal. Good to see you. We are approximately 4 minutes away from the fan stream, which is going to be great. But we're all as normal, pal. We're just chatting. Feel free to chat away to the guys. Because I like the fact, oh, there you are, 3 minutes 48 is the countdown. Because I know that a lot of people like yourselves, I know you like to chat, and I know it's also good for that, for the opportunity to ask me questions and stuff. But here we go. Someone's put 86 Prowl when I don't want any more figures at the moment. Them lists that leaked last night, I don't know if any of you saw them. It's insane again. There's got to be an average, I think, of between, let's be realistic, there's probably 7 to 10. I think they're not possible at all, Pink Panther. They're all legit. They're all legit. They're all just going to take time to come out. This is just what I was saying. I think at the moment it's getting a bit daft. It's getting between 8 and 10 new figures a month, and I'm lucky enough that I've got older stuff now. So I mean, I did the NEC just. Really good day, really good like sales of all my old stuff. But if I wasn't doing on the opening Friday the 3rd of May, so smiling and saying good. Perfect, yeah, let me know about that, Dave, that'd be great. Yeah, I suppose you're right, Frank, I completely get that, but the space in the wallet is the biggest thing. The wallet's not too bad because I sold a load of stuff and selling stuff on eBay, etc. But the space is the hardest thing, because one of the things that people always asked me when I first started my channel was something about collection and space, and what I used to say to people, what's the point in having it if box in the attic or if it's in a box, you know, somewhere. And that used to be my thing. But now, because of, I suppose, let's be honest, I buy more than I used to. I was quite, not super selective, but I found myself, because of this channel, and I don't mind. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I've got lots of people who buy things straight off me, etc., via the channel membership and all that sort of stuff. And I do things like the NEC, so I can sell them on in the secondary market, but I'm buying more things than I ever would. A lot of the stuff that sometimes I review, I wouldn't have brought with my own money, but because it's for somebody else, or somebody else is going to buy it straight off me, I've just, or even just the new stuff. I mean, as I say, the Generations, well, as soon as they started Studio Series 86 as well, so I've started buying them. And I think, as we've just said, the space factor's crazy, and then the fact that the prices keep going up and stuff. Oh, what have I done? I've just turned the picture off. Damn. I've just turned it off. I was supposed to be turning the volume up. There we go. Have I fallen behind now? I think I have. Yeah, 1 minute 12 to go. And hopefully this is a good one. I already feel a bit bad for him because I already know that, you know, most of the stuff's leaked. So let's see what comes on. I'm going to turn the music up a little bit on this one. There we go. Everybody's dropping out now. Maybe they want to watch it themselves. Who knows? So, Pink Panther, what do you mainly collect? Is it Generations? Is it movie bots? Is it Studio Series? Which one is your main forte of collecting? Or are you a bit like myself and you'll just grab loads of stuff? I think actually the biggest thing for me is I'm apart from a couple, I have a lot of my masterpiece go, to be honest. Like I'm keeping the Toy Deco MP44, and at the moment I'm keeping the train bots till I've got them all built up. My eBay seller name is Toys. I'll drop you a link with it later, buddy. Let you know which one it is. I can't think off the top of my head, but I'll drop you a link. But yeah, I'll drop you a link later on. It's easier that way. But the main thing to get, if you want any people who want first dibs on my collection, is via the Discord, via our private, here we go, Discord, which is what channel membership is for 6p a day, and they get first dibs at everything that I sell.
Hey Transformers fans, welcome to another Hasbro Pulse fan stream. Thanks for being with us today.
Here we go, we're live.
So we have some figures that were revealed and pre-ordered a bit ago. I got to reveal them at WonderCon, so we're going to go over that with you. We have details. We had something small like a movie trailer launched last week, so we also
they're talking about the movie.
Studio series that launched with that. Yep, so we're going to sound off and cover on that.
You sound rushed already.
We have a lot of new reveals today. We got Legacy United Wave 3. Those will be pre-ordering this afternoon.
There you go. Whoever suggested that earlier, they're correct.
Fan stream, you kind of saw like some glowing red eyes. I think there's a robosen announcement today. We'll have to see. We're going to get to that. And then yeah, I think we also have a Pulse exclusive today. Right?
Ooh, a Pulse exclusive.
Talk about something, so we'll get to that. But first, in case you haven't seen it, let's roll the trailer for you, and we'll be back after we check it out.
Let's have a look. Oh, we've seen this, but I don't mind watching it again.
I'm not talking to you. You know what?
I like it. I think it looks good.
I know we're just lowly robots who can't even transform.
There's so many Easter eggs in this trailer, guys.
What's out there?
So many Easter eggs. Alpha Trion, obviously.
Potential.
I think have I got to turn that down? Will I get done for copyright? I don't know. Oh, there we go. All the messages are coming through on my phone as well at the same time. So that looks like Arachnid, doesn't it, from Transformers Prime? That's more, I don't know if it's Goldbully or if it's his original face from his original toy. Here we go, let's see what we got.
Let us know how you feel about the trailer. The three of us actually had a chance to go see a retailer preview screening, and then we were about 80% complete animation done.
Wow, they've seen loads of it, 80%.
Really beautiful, like some of the nicest animation we've had ever in Transformers.
So they've just said that they've seen about 80% of it already.
I laughed at the humor. The humor was good.
I agree with you, Frank. I think I like the fact that the humour's humour. It's not cringy humour. I've said this before. Oh, Simon's in as well. Good to have you in here, Simon. Everybody's just jumped out, mate. There was 20 plus a minute ago. Now everybody's just jumped out, probably watching what we are. I like the fact that the humour's funny. Like when Bumblebee was weeing on Sector 7, that's not funny. That just made me cringe. So it looks like they're going to start showing stuff now. Ooh, Studio Series Comic Con. What's this? Oh, they're talking about. Oh, we've seen this. They've already got. I've already done a video on that, buddy. Alpha Trion is a beast. He's the purple beast in the trailer. There's pictures of him in both modes. I've done a video on it. They've got the Optimus Prime in hand now.
Yeah. So this is deluxe scale.
Deluxe scale.
Yeah, we're like kind of resetting a little bit within Transformers 1, the characters will exist.
Yeah, I can't think exactly what beast it is, but it's a beast of some sort.
Yeah, that was something that we decided.
But yeah, if you're unsure. So he's gone and spoilt it then, because 6.0 was supposed to get it first.
He has fantastic articulation. He can pose very well just because of the unique structure of his shoulders.
Well, I'm going to watch this anyhow and see them do it properly.
He also comes with a matrix of leadership.
Oh, that's cheeky, that is, if he's going to put it up now, because 6.0's waited until today. That's really cheeky, really cheeky.
But Shusan had an ingenious idea, essentially...
But I'm not surprised either, let's be honest. It's borderline criminal what he's doing. It is criminal, I don't understand how he's getting away with it, but... With robosen, they will have sent him that. I speak to that toy guy, the Canadian, who's great. He gets sent them as well. So him, 6.0, and I think Prime versus Prime. That's the are the ones who get sent them. So again, they're big YouTubers. So that's the reason why they go.
So if you missed out on pre-ordering this guide, you enjoyed the thrill of the hunt. Optimus very much will be a character that you'll be able to go to retail, find on a shelf.
Saying obviously now,
If you want to go do that this summer.
take care, me a person, catch you soon.
There will also be plenty more stock available.
So they're saying, guys, for everybody who missed out on that, it's available. I'm on the bus now. Okay, Robotimus, I'll tell you what's going on. All they're talking about is the Studio Series Prime from Transformers 1 that was revealed last week. They've got them in their hands and they're saying to everybody, if you missed the orders, don't worry, they're going to be in the shops. There's going to be loads of them. There's basically going to be, as we'd expect, surplus. So you will see these on the shelves is what they're saying. Don't worry, don't panic, you're going to see these on the shelves. And he's just showing the fact that you can take the smokestacks off.
Yeah, it does. And we got the PMS colors in, so we shipped it to these, which is what's actually in it.
Darren's there, Simon's there.
Yeah, so it can be blasters. Yeah. And if you haven't had a chance, you can head over to Paramount's German YouTube channel. You can watch the trailer in German. It's pretty entertaining. Just to throw it out there. I had a lot of fun. They sound very.
The shelves are going to be run dry. Yeah, that's it. There's going to be. I know that somebody was asking me actually that they missed a pre-order. So I suppose that's good news for everybody who missed the pre-orders. I mean, this is going to. There will be too many.
For a second, and we're going to shift into the auto-converting world of robosen.
Here we go, robosen.
Announcement today. No, it's out there. We're revealing Megatron, the very much official OG Megatron. So we have a quick little video. Let's show you everything about this.
Here we go, guys. This is Megatron.
Eager to get him out.
I am Megatron.
So that's his voice. That's obviously Frank Welker, which is great. That's a bit loud. It is definitely a tank, guys. It's a realistic transformation, but it is Megatron. It's a tank, obviously. He looks okay. It's definitely like the Siege version with the things coming off the back of him. He's got a mace. He's swinging that around like mad. He's got a sword. He's hacking things up. It looks good, to be fair. They're calling it G1 Flagship Edition. It does look good.
So here it is, officially our good boy OG Megatron auto-converting.
It's massive. They've got it in their hands right in front of me. It's massive.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with playing with Optimus and Grimlock for a while now.
So there, obviously, having a quick look at it. It's the transformation process was very much like the Siege. It's definitely Frank Welker's voice.
So good, thanks. Like the video said, probably awesome.
I wonder what anybody got. Anyone got an idea of the price? We don't know what they are yet, Darren. That's going to be 1,500, the same as Grimlock, I reckon. And that's pound, guys. So for us, we pay £1,500. Actually, I think he was 1,700. Yeah, that's pretty clever. They do like it. You can see it.
The superhero photo, it's just so flabbergasted.
It's very, 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 very good. It really is very good.
We have a ton of accessories too. So kind of like we're back in the 90s. We got some projectiles that work with the cannon. We have a big.
Let's have a look. Masterful. The sound where they need to do a sound on it, and it needs to obviously be play tapes as well. When you see it in hand with somebody right in front of him, it's amazing.
Does do some other fun action. I think he's got a pretty cool cannon moment.
Surely he needs to turn that cannon around. I think they need to turn the cannon around, but it looks okay. There's loads of features on it. And the voice is amazing because it's obviously Frank's. It's massive, it's huge. It does, it looks the wrong way around to me, pal. Let's have it. They have mentioned a price. They've not mentioned a price. It is 21 inches tall, correct to the person who said that earlier. That's definitely another line of figures that I'm not looking to get into collecting. I think the transformation back to tank's more impressive, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's great.
And I think my favorite part is when you put him to bed. He says the best phrase ever.
What does he say when you put him to bed? No way, so when he turned it off, the cannon came back into it.
So, check out, we have all the pre-order details for you, and
The tank retracted, the tank turret retracted in and it turned itself off.
this was revealed in our 40th anniversary press release.
This is the leader class Grimlock, the comic
in our comic
picture.
anniversary item is Grimlock. Let's check him out here in the Dino mode. You can also see him here in
These are going to be amazing, these are.
Talk about it. Yeah, I mean, so 40th anniversary, we're trying to hit as many of the big beats as possible.
This is going to be good, this is going to sell out well.
Not just into the cartoon, but also the comic for back then. So this is part of that celebration, where we're just like trying to take some of
I love that mould. What's it? Has everybody got, how many versions of that mould have you got, guys? Because obviously this is the 4th.
Things like that, yeah.
So we got the yellow one, we got the shattered glass one, we got the standard one, we got the comic one, and we know we're going to get a G2 blue one soon as well.
Grimlock's crown in gold, even though the first appearance of him in the comic was actually silver, but then every other appearance it was gold. Like, color accuracy. I never get angry about that. What are you talking about?
Got the yellow, yeah.
But he also does come with Slug and Sludge's swords, but then also his comic book sword, which has a notch.
So they've definitely just said confirmed that it comes with the other 2 Dinobots' swords.
Yeah, and like worked on this with the Suicide, so yeah, this is just the original Grimlock that we have right here. So
Which is
just
good.
Adding on to it, and then we added a bunch that like comic deck.
May have to pick this one up, haven't you?
Gold, like things like that. Yeah, the blues.
I haven't got any Transformers tattoos. I nearly, no, I don't know, I didn't go that far. I've got tattoos, but not Transformers ones. So this, I presume, is going to be the Pulse exclusive. But the good thing is they're obviously going to do more because they're going to link all the box up, so you can have a nice picture.
So, this is a Pulse exclusive. Will be available for pre-order today. We'll go this afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So I'll be able to get that as well. I'll pass it on it.
Around 2 p.m. for everybody else. Don't worry, we know a lot of these guys.
They're brilliant. I can see them doing a big box set, guys, anyway, so don't worry, I'm sure they will do.
We're not done. No, we're not done. We definitely think that they're in there. Two pieces, each a little bigger. So, we have a couple more characters. All right, so you know what's better than one Dinobot? How about 2 Dinobots? So I had the privilege of showing off Swoop at WonderCon.
Oh, they're going to have a Swoop here, folks.
So let's check out Swoop here in his Dino mode. You can see him has a pterodactyl.
Oh, they've just got pictures. I thought they'd have one in hand.
We also have Swoop here in bot. Swords. So
Hopefully they will have. Let's see if they've got him in hand. No, not yet. Yes, Darren, I've got loads of them queued, mate. I've got about 8 ready to just press now whenever they go.
So here we go, the 5th Dinobot.
And I've got about another 30, which I've not done. But I've got like literally 8 ready to go as soon as I get a gap. The problem that I have is, for some reason, if I put loads of content on, it doesn't promote the videos and they don't get watched. Whereas if I leave enough space between them, then they tend to do all right. Oh, they've got him in hand. Here we go.
Awesome. I mean, he is amazing. He comes with his comic book sword, but not comic book, I'm sorry, his G1 torso,
Let's have a
but then
look.
also Grimlock's G1 torso. We had a little bit of room left in the mold, so we were like, hey, yeah, we can put Grimlock's sword.
So they put Grimlock's sword in with him, which is
So
good.
his little rocket launchers come off, and he can hold these. And then
So yeah, they are. They're intentionally mixing around all the swords, which we thought.
the blast effect parts.
And the missile launchers. You can take the missiles out the front, which is good.
So I have to recreate that. And Swoop also can, like, so you can tell the
There we go.
story. Telling a lot of good part.
Yeah, so I think that sold so well. That's why they put back the release date, Simon, in honesty. I think that's the exact reason why.
So yeah, I do know Swoop is sold out at most places where you like to pre-order. Really? Yeah. Much optimism.
Listen, they're saying it now.
This summer, there will be opportunity to get him. I'm sure he'll go back and stop.
So B-Max just confirmed pretty much exactly what I said.
Speaking of
Ha.
Dinobot collection, why don't we show all 5 together? I don't think we brought
So
them
it's
all.
said, what he just said was, we know that Swoop is sold out on pretty much every platform. However, basically rest assured that by the time they come out, there's going to be more available. So that's good news for everybody who's missed out on that. I'll confirm that later on in a video as well for everybody who's not watched this stream. So they're setting up all the Dinobots now, which is good.
Yeah. We broke down Evan's beautiful display. Every time I get to go visit Evan's street, I just get greeted by G1 bots and Dinobots.
They do look good, to be fair. They do look very, very
I
good.
can't talk about yet, but it's pretty awesome. This is epic.
And they're massive, so it's good, isn't it?
We got them on there. We got them, yeah. There they are.
There you go. They do very good.
Collection, and we hear you. I know a lot of people are just like asking for a reissue. Studio series, great. We get it. Just give us some time. Sure that
they've just basically confirmed that they're going to reissue the Studio Series 86 Grimlock as well.
Just making sure that they get out there and people can complete their collections.
So there you go, guys. Please don't go and play scalper prices.
I also got to reveal Bumblebee movie concept art Sunspeaker. So let's check out Sunspeaker in his plot mode.
So I don't know why they're doing this, because these are actually out. I'm looking at my Grimlock right now, and he's going to look huge in hand. I like these figures. I've got them on pre-order, but you know, as I say, these have been out in some places for months now. So what they're showing now is Studio Series Sunstreaker, the concept art, sorry, from the Bumblebee movie.
But it was like, no, we're gonna make him the same size as the other one.
So I mean, it looks okay. Grimlock's gonna, as I say, they're gonna re-release him. They've just said.
I think this turned out to be like a beautiful figure. Just a lot of the creativity.
I've not read any of the stories. I just found out that that's what it was.
Like inside a piece of paper that looked like a very futuristic.
I say I've only just finished reading G1, and that's mainly down to you guys. You guys helped me do that because you encouraged me to keep me doing the. For me to keep doing the comics, because I kept doing the comics, I had to read them before I did it for obvious reasons. When I start G2 though, I think I'm going to split the G2 comic into 3 parts, because I think these little parts which I'm putting up now are working much better. That's Cry Wolf. The views for the Cry Wolf ones have just been so much higher than the standard comics, and I think it's because they're 2 to 3 minutes, so I think it makes it easier rather than me putting up a full comic, because I think people don't hold that much of attention span. So who knows? I don't know. That's just what I've noticed. So I think that's the way I'm going to do. They are all, Frank, if you've not got them in hand, mate, I have them all on this channel. They are in their own playlist. I'll just go over it very quickly. I'll give you, and then you get the chance to read it. I just pan the camera over each part, nice and slow, and you can read it for yourself. And that's what I know a lot of people on this channel have done. So it's great that people have used it for that. All of them are there from number 1 right through to 332. Yeah, literally, they're in their own playlist. I started it, 3 years ago, and I finished it a couple of weeks back.
Worked on this figure with shoes on.
Which I really enjoyed doing towards the end, because as a kid, you read through things or you might miss stuff, but then when I went back and read them again, so much better.
Made sure that his weapon arm doesn't have to just be on his arm, but he can actually hold it, but he will still.
Let's have a look.
Function of, he can take off his arm and put on the weapon.
See, Simon, I've got all them as well. I've got 1 to 8 at home, and I've got the Void Rivals 1 to 9 or something, and the rest on pre-order, but I've still not actually read them. My list of things to do and things to catch up on is insane. If anybody else is doing that Fan Home Optimus Prime, I've got 48. Robocaper is brilliant. I've got 48 parts of that Prime. I've not even started yet. I've got a box full of it. I've still got my Lego Ark. I've still got my Lego Optimus. I've got so much. Yeah, honestly, they're all there, pal. Every single one of them, from number 1 to 332. So I'd like to think that the video's got a little bit better as I got onto it, but the general concept of it is I'll just give a very quick 2-minute overview, pointing things that are useful and talking about the story. But then what I do for the next part of the video is I go nice and silent. I advise you to turn the sound off as well, but then I just go really slowly over all of the footage, maybe slow the speed down to 0.5, and you can read it at your own pace and own time. And funny enough, Darren Lee, who's in the chat, he did it. He blitzed them all. He literally blitzed through all 300 of them in about a month, I think. Didn't you, Darren? Which I was really impressed with. This figure's amazing. They're showing the Bumblebee Shockwave, which of course I've reviewed as well.
He kind of popped into the screen and it was like, Shockwave! Like, the fact that you could tell that it was Shockwave and it looked good. Everybody was super excited. So yeah, when I do G2, when I do Skybound, when I do Void Rivals, when I do... Because I've got the definitive guide, then books with them all in. But I've not read them myself yet, so it's a great opportunity for me to read them with you.
Funny enough, I've got Fans Toy Scourge video ready to go live as soon as I finish this. I've got so much going on. It's a good way.
Yeah, we have a few left. Yeah, I love all the stealth detail on that.
Right, come on, show us the new stuff. Because all we've seen, okay, Megatron was new, but all we've seen so far is things that we know and that we saw. So we knew, obviously, Megatron was coming. They've revealed the Grimlock as the exclusive.
Alright, so like I said, these we just now Swoop.
Confirming that Swoop will be back up for pre-order.
Alright, so let's get into the new stuff.
New stuff,
This is our
here we
40th
go.
anniversary. We've been celebrating with Legacy so far through the year. So let's talk about first. This guy actually happened
Here
to
we
be
go.
kind of early, but let's check out Sideburn here in bot mode. You can see the beautiful
Sideburn, yeah. We said that. So I'm predicting, guys, Sideburn, Nucleus, and Hot Shot for the 3 Deluxe.
So Hisui-san worked on this character. Obviously, it's a redeco of Shadow Striker.
Which we knew this was going to happen as soon as we saw Shadow
Striker.
Striker.
Character in the line, obviously, following the HasLab. Just a really awesome deluxe version of this character. I mean, that original
I do like the look of it, to be fair.
The original toy had like a licensed car. But here we actually did different car styles, which was a non-licensed, and it's
So they're confirming that it's not a licensed car.
like the Shadow Striker character. But I think Hisui-san really like made this come to life. The colors on this mold look really fantastic.
It's funny, some people in the chat are saying it's tracks, and obviously it's not.
For his eye, but then his eye underneath is actually painted. The asymmetry that was like the 2001 Carbot series. Yeah, I love that.
So let's have a look.
Does reign true to the series as far as the robot mode goes. He actually does have a little bit of
This is all.
metallic in his tint, which in the series you could see like.
They're just basically talking about the paintwork on it, which is good.
And I just thought that it would fit very nicely, and he also obviously carries over his metallic.
Someone's called it a bar of soap. That's not very nice.
We did paint the inner rims, so you do get that. Even if you want to pop these things off and put them on.
Looks good, but again, we knew this was coming. Somebody's already had it, somebody's already reviewed it, and of course, more importantly, as soon as we saw Shadow Striker, we knew that this was coming.
This mold and it's such a different color, and like have it.
Yes, completely agree, Dave. Completely agree with you there, pal. Really does.
I mean, Evan and I were only kind of hinting that you could fit this on Magnus. So clearly, if you back the Mega Prime, you're going to be a factor.
Well, I think they're just confirming that they are releasing quite a few figures to go with your Omega Prime, which was the HasLab,
So
obviously.
let's talk about a new character. Next, let's keep it with the Lux here.
So this is going to be Nucleus.
Universe, we have Nucleus. So this is our new Rock Lord inspired character. You can see him here.
I think it looks really good in this white deco. So if you remember Magnus, which was the first deluxe one, this is the same, but well, it's the same mold.
Yeah, worked on this character with Ajima-san, totally brand new character. Dipped into the G1 series after the.
I wonder. I don't see how they dipped into the G1.
I thought it was really nice to actually dip into Leon, which was in the G1 series. So if you actually use the power up of Leon.
Yes, they did use Nucleon in G1.
As you can see, the chrome hits right here, on the character, and then.
Nucleon's, of course, what turned the figures into Action Masters.
You actually turn into an Action Master. You can't transform anymore. Yeah. So it's like an awesome power up, but at the same time.
But they've just obviously laughed that they can't.
You'll lose the ability to transform. I thought that concept there was really cool to add into this whole weaponizer faction. Really
Looks good. It does look good, guys. But I say, unfortunately, this was leaked nearly well over 12 hours ago because it was up when I woke up.
Rocked out Mace Club.
I can't. There's got to be something that you can do with all these, as in build them up to something massive, like they did with the Junkians. They did with the Junkians.
So there's a certain type of quartz that's actually white. You can take a look at that actually.
But he's just showing some of the accessories now.
These characters do really.
Dave, I've just read your comments on that, on the main thing. Robots, no one.
And you can see a lot of his head sculpt is very reminiscent of those old sci-fi.
That's true, mate. That's true. But that's, I think, why they. I just read it on your other thing, mate. That's well funny. It's come up in the live. It shows that the live chat's going up nice and slow. I just wish they'd have given us a rock as well. I know it sounds really obvious, but just give us a rock.
Kind of imply it's all part of the same world. To your point.
Yeah,
A rock would have been cool. We could still cover a rock.
Magnus, but as you can see, the whole entire vehicle mode is more like a rocked out structure, like almost like that.
I don't know what they're still talking about it though. So who's next? Who did I say who's next? Hot Shots. Cyberverse Hot Shots
We
next.
have one more new deluxe in this wave. There is a
Yep.
package refresh of Strong Arm for anybody that missed it last year. Everything else is in this wave. The
Oh,
one
Strong Arms, a package
Cybertron
refresh.
Hotshot. This one was designed by Takara Tomy from beginning to end.
So this one's designed by Takara Tomy.
You can also check out the vehicle mode, like straight off the animation to your toy. It's also a Hotshot. Seeing a Cyber Key.
Yeah, the cyber key's there, and actually we did have a deco.
Does look good. Does look good. I was partially gutted because I've got one of these, but I thought it was opened, but it's not. It's sealed, so I haven't got one of these. I wonder, and this is me. All right, Jace. I wonder if this is me speculating. Everybody's just said it looks good, and they just said Takara Tomy did all of it. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Which is good because I don't know nothing about these figures. So the cyber, he's got a cyber key. He does have a cyber key, but of course it doesn't function as anything. It's just a cyber key.
He does have ankle tilts.
He's got ankle tilts.
It's actually a very posable figure.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I love the sports car. It's really
It does look good, to be fair. It looks very, very good. It looks to me to be a completely new mold as well.
He actually scales very well with Starscream, as we know.
Perfect. And maybe scales pretty well with the last character we have to reveal for today. So I got a lot of comments about this one when I used a certain piece of Covenant art at WonderCon for the Blues case.
So this is going to be...
It's Cybertron Universe Vector Prime. So let's see Vector here in
Vector Prime looks class. Oh, that'll be at 5 o'clock, Simon. NFL draft. Are you a big NFL man, are you, Simon?
Of course.
But let's check it out on the table. It's a very clever part. It's very well done.
Who's it a partial
I
of?
think the colors really do bring him to life in his Cybertronian look.
Who did they say it's a partial of?
Partial off Jaxus, and I worked with
Jaxus?
Ulyasson
No way.
with this character, and I have to say, like, at first I was a little hesitant because of a lot of the sculpt details that we had to leave, but then once the colors really kind of came in on this character,
Looks
I was
good.
like, wow, one needs
Looks
completely
good.
Over. He actually does have the Mini-Con for it. We couldn't fit the Mini-Con in here, but at least if you have the old, I think his name is Sharpshooter maybe, you can actually fit him on.
No way, it says you can fit the original one.
Come along with his cyber key as well, and there's multiple placements of the cyber key. He does have his blade of time there, which is very epic.
And the cyber key ties into the front of the chest.
I actually had a really one of the best sealed figures that I had was a Vector Prime, and I sold that ages ago. Cybertron is from Simon. He's from the Cybertron universe, and I sold because I had no affiliation to the figure. I sold it. Kind of looking at it now, thinking, oh, I've got a couple of loose ones though, so I can mess around with them still.
Clockwork because of like him being associated with time, and I always thought that was so cool. Time shenanigans? Never. We wouldn't have time shenanigans. No, never. It's not like that's a theme of our lives.
I mean, that's why it's so great to have this character.
Definitely looks the best.
Because all of the time shenanigans that have been going on, I mean, this guy is really the linchpin.
Yeah. Now you can decide.
I think it's interesting how they do that, how they all of a sudden get, they do how do they get, when they look at something and think, oh, I know what we can do with that, I know what we can do with that. You know what I mean? It's crazy, it's crazy.
The gold on the top too is like so shiny. Whew. Here we go. All right, so that's it for new reveals. This is Legacy Wave 3.
Are they going to do it through the thingy?
Wow, Deluxe Cyber for Robots in Disguise.
Yep.
Have that
So yeah, pre-orders are today, guys, 25th, that's today. I think 1 p.m. is 6 p.m. in the UK, I'm pretty sure it is. So UK guys, Hasbro Pulse and In Demand stores, obviously.
with somebody, first series, 40th anniversary. We want to make sure you're all getting some representation. Correct. So those will be available for pre-order today, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So yeah, I'm going to get them pre-ordered. They all look good.
We talked about Pulse exclusive Grimlock from our comic anniversary pack.
Pulse exclusive. Don't forget Grimlock, the comic book colours as well.
2 p.m. for everybody else. The studio series stuff, with the exception of Swoop and Optimus Prime, are available for pre-order now. Grimlock, also available for pre-order now.
What's it say?
We're not done
Nothing
yet.
else now. Oh no, they've got
A lot for through Space Bridge, so I thought, we should try to keep doing that. Cool. So let's
Space
talk
Bridge.
about what we would be reviewing, next time we meet with everybody.
So we know all these in here, but let's see them.
There's a Core Class Studio Series character taking us to the world of 86. We have Core Class Steeljaw.
Core Class Steeljaw.
Yep, we're trying to complete more of the sets, obviously. Fill out.
We hear you. We hear you guys. Everybody loves them.
We have to do them. We have to finish them.
Yeah, of course.
You're never gonna break my arm and be like, hey, we have to make a robot line. It's like, oh no.
They're going to do it, yes. So Steeljaw's confirmed.
So let's talk about our next one. So this is actually going to kind of be a troop builder of the year in our gamer edition. So this is our generic Decepticon trooper, right? I think
Just a troop builder.
Yeah, generic is definitely on the box. No, this is our Decepticon trooper from the War for Cybertron. Maybe a little preview of what might be on the boxes on this.
Legacy
one.
Blasters
It's
class.
really hard to find just a picture of it.
Thank you for finding that picture. That's literally what it is. Yeah, it's the Deluxe Decepticon Trooper from the War for Cybertron video game. Okay,
So yes, so troop building. We're going to bring you some troop building.
Troop builders.
So you can build out some shelves now that we have some characters, right? All right. Who doesn't love a Seeker, right? So we got a Voyager coming. Clearly was in that scene in the beginning of the movie.
along with many others.
Yeah,
You could probably argue that he might have been it before he jumped on top of it.
Let's have a look, let's see.
Someone else?
You never know.
You never
So,
know.
coming up is Voyager Bumblebee movie Skywarp. So
Voyager Bumblebee movie Skywarp, which of course we knew.
Colors. And I really like Skywarp in general, so.
Do you know what? I really do like the Bumblebee movie robots. I think I might have to do a video on that, just explain why I love them so much. They're the only movie bots that I'm going to end up keeping, because I just think they look great.
So, Leader, another 86 character this year. I think people are pretty excited about
Springer,
this.
we knew
Some things from War for Cybertron. We have 86 Springer.
Yes.
This is going to be interesting. Is it a leader?
Essentially, we took that Voyager War for Cybertron Springer and we're plussing him up. We marshaled him out and we're beefing him up to kind of be more representative of how we look at the movie.
Oh wow, so yeah, they're making it bigger.
Yeah, better thing to do tonight than die. Every time. So, all right. And then sticking with, we talked about Optimus Prime.
Oh, quite a few guys, quite a few through the Space Bridge.
But we're also going to reveal it. We have an 86 Bumblebee.
We do have an 86 Bumblebee.
86 Bumblebee.
It's beautiful. Yeah, Evan did a great job on this character. I can't wait for you all to see just how awesome this character came out. It will be soon. You'll get to see it very soon. This just hits all the points.
So that's it. They're really excited about this one.
To me, like, it's just my Bumblebee. I'm so happy. So happy. All right, and then last but not least, to
They've
talk
got
about,
loads. This
our
is
next
great.
Pulse exclusive in the comic line coming in our third offering will be none other than Leader Straxus.
Straxus in the comic line.
Use the Dancona art here. Not that you totally like that.
That's going to be amazing.
It looks awesome. Evan got the FEP in the other day. Colors look great. Can't wait to show you the packaging. Maybe killed it on the box, but you did on the first two.
Straxus is. It's amazing. Straxus is. Now we're talking.
That's what we'll have to do with Blaster. Wouldn't that comic book?
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying we should anniversary the comic book capsule and do more of that?
I wouldn't be against it.
I don't know. You see, I think allegedly it's just what I've heard is a retake of it.
You showed a lot today. You've done a lot of talking. So thank you for doing all the talking.
Favorite thing?
I think that's it. They're talking about their favourites.
I probably have to go with Swoop.
Evans is Swoop, Marx is Vector Prime.
I will say the Deluxe Optimus Prime was also great.
And actually, I'm partial to Nucleon because that's just like a completely new character, and it's really fun.
There we go.
For me, it's just Grimlock again, but I really enjoy the comic capsule. I think once everybody gets to see all of it together, it'll also be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to how we're going.
So we're all going to have to go nuts on the pre-orders in a minute, guys.
I'm very excited for that. So, quick recap. Again, Legacy United Wave 3, Cyburn, Nucleus, Hotshot, and Vector Prime. Available for pre-order today, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There we go.
Pulse exclusive comic anniversary Grimlock, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Pulse.
So there you go.
Premium members
They're all going to be available. I think it's 6 p.m.
Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, and Shockwave should be another.
One of the guys yesterday said that the upcoming swindle.
Feel like it.
It depends if it's the other one, though. It might not be the swindle that we think it is. Then it might be a different universe, mightn't it?
Yeah. See, it's been a long day. You can probably still get robosen gridlock. You can also still get robosen gridlock. You may as well buy both while you're there, so they can fight it out.
I love the way they just say buy them both. It's so fun. Yeah, because it'll be the swindle from Animated or whatever it is, or even Earthspark swindles by himself, isn't it?
If you enjoy the thrill of the hunt, you will have a chance to go find him at store next time. So, until next time.
That's it. They're signing off. Pretty good, to be fair. Shame that they all what's the word I'm on about? Pretty gutted that they were all leaked this morning, which as we expected. So as ever, guys, I'll stay on because I know that everybody else is going to jump on it now. So then we'll have a chat. We'll discuss a few more things. I suppose that that have happened, etc. So I want to know what you guys, which ones do you definitely want? No, I don't know, Dave. I'd like to think that obviously, excuse me, I'd like to think that we are going to get a Bruticus at some point. I think, as I say, if we're going to get it at some point. Yeah, Vector Prime was definitely my favourite. I don't care about the Jaxus legs. I think it looked great. I think it looked absolutely amazing. And again, it's really good. I was well impressed with it. To be fair, what I also like as well, guys, is the fact that it was a much smaller wave, because as I just said to you, and I think people are going to start on now as well, I think at the moment it's been getting a bit ridiculous with all of the figures. So I saw my original a long time ago and I haven't felt right. So there you go. So you can get that new. I think 2 or 3 figures a month is much more achievable, attainable, and it's better for everybody. I don't like when at the beginning of the year when I was absolutely brassic, which is, and you probably know the name, but if you don't, it's a British word for skint. And then they went and revealed all of Wave 2, which was huge. Straxus looks amazing. Forgot about Straxus. And then they did the studio series as well, and then it was just too much. I mean, it was A, it was too much money because I couldn't afford it all. B, it was too much when it all come through, and you can't keep up with it all. So the fact that there's 3 deluxes, 1 Voyager, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. And the Grimlock, I know it's just a reuse of the same mold, so that for me will be good. That means the review won't take too long, because I can just literally go boom, 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 done. Because we know about the mold, we've played around with that mold quite a bit, etc. So I'm looking forward to that as well. All of them. If the Straxus is going to be, which it's got to be, Straxus has got to be in that comic book thing, you would think, because that's the only place I've ever seen him. I know they did a Generations figure called Darkmount, and I've still not done my video on that yet. Yeah, Star Seekers would be good. Present Series knew it. We've said about that, Darren. As soon as we find out about the cards, we'll be straight on them, because it's something that I'm going to get into, definitely. Yeah, I think the money at the moment is nuts. As I say, I'm quite glad that I don't buy Masterpiece. I'm quite glad that I don't buy. I say I don't buy Masterpiece, but I've bought a few of them recently, obviously. But what they've been for other people, or they've been lent to me, etc. I just think it goes nuts, way too fast. Yes, he definitely does need to have the Marvel comic head, or if it doesn't come with it, it needs to come with at least something where you can swap it and change it over, because that's what it needs. So yeah, that's exactly what we need, to be fair. Definitely. There's a few comic book characters that it's still. I mean, we still haven't had a Zaron, Emirate Zaron, which obviously needs an actual figure, which would, of course, would be great. Which, yeah, that obviously for that reason it would be great. With regards to, as I say, to the waves and how much they're coming out, I think it's all right. I think we've had basically we've got the next 2 years worth of figures leaks, though, haven't we? If you think about it, Comic Megs and Ratchet, right? I think so. I'd like to see them featured here on. Yeah, as I say, I'll get round to doing all of them when they come. Right. Well, there's a Comic-Con at the end of May in London, and usually they do reveals then as well. So I would expect some reveals then as well, which. Again, that just seems to be reveals and leaks every time I log into TFW 2005. Every time I'm logging on, there's something going on somewhere. Someone's got a leak of this, someone's got a leak of that, etc. It's crazy. 2-in-1 pack would be brilliant. Yeah, because obviously Comic Megs would be different, and I mean, them two were huge. In the first few issues, they were the ones, weren't they? Can't think of anything. They were massive. And as I say, it's only because I remember reading them. Got something like people jumping in now. I think that was a good fan stream, though. As I say, there's been. I felt sorry from luckily enough, they were only revealed this morning. The Vector Prime looks multi-produced the Studio 86 Chronics. Yes, he did. That's a good idea. That's, you never know, Dave. The things that I was saying while they were doing the actual thing, the thing that blows my mind about, you know, exactly that. How did they look at J-Axis and think, oh right, there you go, there's Vector Prime? How did they look at Cyclonus and think, there's Metal Hawk? Do you know what I mean? It's nuts. And that's, funnily enough, another thing that I've started doing on the channel. Even though I've only done 2 videos, and there's only 2 videos in the playlist, and yeah, they're all exactly the same ones. So I've started Mold Mates, obviously, which was all of the Princeton's jumped in as well. You're right, Princeton. I don't know if you saw any of the fan stream, but unfortunately, everything that was in the fan stream was leaked last night or this morning, depending on which part of the world that you live in. What was I saying then? Oh, I forgot what I was saying then. About, I can't think. It'll come to me in a minute. Oh yeah, that's it, Mold Mates, which is what I've started. So obviously I put the Ultra Magnus one first, but then we have Cybertron Prime and the whichever the other Prime is, I share the same mold. And then I put the Hound one up, which of course had Detritus and Hot Shot. The Space Bridge, yes, Princeton, definitely. The Straxus, let me guess, mate. Is it the Straxus that excites you most? It's got to be. Straxus from the Space Bridge sounds amazing. Because if I don't have a physical copy, which is nice to have artwork, or something enjoyed. Yeah, that's it. 86B. Now there was some images going. I nearly did a video on that, guys. I nearly did a video on allegedly this leak, but then somebody, as soon as I was just about to do it, there was too many people underneath saying, "This is a fake. This is a fake. This is a fake." So I just thought, well, there's no point doing it because it's fake news. If it would have been real, I would have put. Oh, if it ends up being real now, then I'll look the fool because I could have, I could have put it up ages ago, obviously. But it was just a Netflix Bumblebee decoed in the animated colours, so I doubt very much it was real. Obviously, non-transforming Death's Head. Do you know what's really? I was going to say everybody loves Death's Head. Everybody loves Death's Head. Now, for me, it was like, I dare I say it to not offend people, it was a bit meh for me. He was okay, but as a kid, I was like, I wish he'd just go away. I want Transformers. I don't want Death's Head. Whereas, again, when I read them back recently, I suppose I appreciate it a little bit more. And of course, I understand they've got to believe. Yeah, you must have seen it as well, then, Pink Panther, because people were messaging me saying, "Have you seen this?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's fake." And everyone was like, "All right," and then it just died. It disappeared. So it must be. It must be fake. So because otherwise we would all have it out. I've just realised it's 4:45, and I've got a client at 5. I'm gonna have to go 10 minutes more. For some reason, I'm losing track of time. I thought I had another hour after this, but I haven't at all. Death's Head for me, I'm sorry I keep it, my hay fever's awful today. Death's Head for me as a kid just annoyed me because I wanted it to be, yeah, meh for me. It's all right. There's a big fuss about it. I mean, the crazy thing is, guys, the Death's Head comic I've seen sell for over £100 in the UK. Whatever issue it is, with him and Hot Rod on the front or him and Rodimus on the front. Goes for silly money. Because he's so, what's the word I'm after? Like cult, not cult, but you know what I mean. He's such a huge character in the UK. Maybe that's because Simon Fairman invented him, and you know, fair play to him because he is cool. The collected Death's Head comics. Okay. So I've seen them. So that would be, is it Time Wars where he's in it? I can't think. Is it Time Wars where Death's Head first makes his appearance? I'm sure it is. Something like that. Something like that. Right, guys, I'm going to go 6 more minutes. That means I'm going to have done 80 minutes on here. But as I said, I completely... Yeah, honestly, Simon, it's worth a load, mate. It's worth loads if you've got to keep hold of it. Yeah, because I've got to get prepped and ready for my 5 o'clock client. And I don't know why, but I really thought that I had the next hour off. I think maybe it's because I moved it all around. Mate, it's true. Honestly, I'd love to do this all day, but this doesn't pay the bills. This is fun for me. This is a hobby that's grown out of hand. It's definitely a hobby that's grown out of hand. But yeah, I loved it. Again, I'm just literally sitting in a changing room at work, chatting to you guys. So it's fun. I enjoy doing it. I'm looking forward, as I say, I'm going to do the big proper one next week, guys. So next Saturday night, it'll be 10 p.m. UK time. It'll be the main live stream that I do. So it'll be at least 4 or 5 times the amount of people in the chat, I would like to think. I'll, of course, be doing the draw as well for the channel members to basically whoever wins that, they get a deluxe figure of their choice. But yeah, just again doing stuff like this, just chatting, giving you opportunity to chat and to have a talk. And you never know, by then there'll probably be so many more things that have leaked. I've got to try and get ahead of the videos because it's my daughter's, my youngest, it's her 2nd birthday on Sunday, so I've got to get everything scheduled and slotted in ready. So I might as well tell you as while you're here. So videos I've got, Fans Toys Inquisitor, which is Scourge, is going to go live pretty much as soon as I get off this phone. I just need to live. I've done G1 Action Master Charger, because that didn't have a video and there's not one online. I've done War for Cybertron Siege, Thundercracker, Skywarp, the one that I actually finally just got. I then need to do Chromia from Legacy United. Thanks very much, Darren. She will be too. And then I'm also going to get Tailgate done from that other Wind Charger pack. I need to do the DNA design upgrade kit for Scourge. I'm probably just going to do the bits which you can hold in hands rather than take the whole figure apart, because I didn't realise you had to do that and I don't really want to be honest. Especially as it's not mine, it's for somebody else, but I'll just do all the ones which you can hold in his hands and just attach. And then what else have I got coming on? Thanks, Robotimus. I can't think. Yeah, she'll be 2. She will be 2. Her name is Elora as well. We thought we'd go with quite an original name, so not Laura, Elora. Jason, I'll be following you in 3 minutes, mate. Literally in 3 minutes. And I can't think what else I've got, guys. Again, as you can imagine, I've just got a huge stack of figures. I've got some mold mates, I've got some Italian things, I've got A to Zs, I've got some shorts, I've got loads of things going. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, guys. Like, share the videos, even if it's just a little, you know, whatever it is, even if it's just a short, if you just press share and just post it on your socials, massively helps the channel, helps it grow, which is obviously good. I'm hopefully going for a blockbuster year. If I can get to 25,000 by summer, I'll be well and truly happy. I'm more than happy anyhow. I'm happy with 10, but I'm 12 people who I'm chatting to right now. That's more than made my day. But yes, I have got to get back to real life, real work. That was a good blast, to be fair. As I say, I will see you probably beforehand, because I've got to do my Transformer Facts Friday video when I just finished work tonight. But yes, week Saturday for the next big live stream. Huge thank you to all who've jumped in. Huge thank you to all of you who stay supporting me. Huge thank you to the channel members, so all the people with the stars next to their name. Your 6 pence a day, whatever it works out, that contribution obviously gets you your stars, gets you your access to the Discord, and everything else that we've got going on as well. But everybody else, I really appreciate it. Anyway, appreciate you being here. It's great. Thank you very much, guys. I am going to sign off right now and get back to work. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening, have a good morning. Simon, I will see you very, very soon. Take care.